In October 2025, 6 people met to go climbing in the Red River Gorge. At first glance, they looked like any other group among the thousands who gather there each year, but they were different. Each had previously lost the ability to walk following brain injury. None had been climbers prior to their injury, and medical professionals had told each of them that no further recovery was possible. And yet, here they were, ascending cliff faces in Kentucky. The fellowship that brought them together is called the Movement Project, and I'd like to share its story. 20 years earlier, Steve Cairns, a Special Forces instructor, became frustrated by the number of highly promising recruits failing training due to injury. He concluded that many were arriving already broken. So he made a decision. Before recruits began training, he would reset the way they moved. Human movement develops in a hierarchy. Complex skills are built on foundational movement milestones: rolling, crawling, kneeling, squatting. Each new pattern depends on the quality of the ones beneath it. Steve redesigned the training program to prioritize movement quality. In every training cycle that followed, injuries disappeared and pass rates soared. Steve left the military in 2011 and continued developing this approach. He trained athletes and soldiers, earned functional movement certifications under Gray Cook in the United States, and relied entirely on this philosophy to prepare people for demanding physical tests. He believed in the approach he had developed, and he staked his reputation on it. At the age of 47, he staked his life on it. On 31st April 2017, Steve suffered a severe brain hemorrhage and lost the ability to walk. After 2 weeks in hospital, he underwent surgery and emerged without the movement skills to even crawl. The clinical prognosis was a 2 to 3 year recovery with permanent deficits. Rehabilitation focused on immediate and repeated attempts at walking. But everything Steve knew, from experience and from his own movement philosophy, told him this was the wrong path. Still in a wheelchair, and with everything on the line, Steve disagreed with the prescribed rehabilitation. He signed himself out of hospital and chose to manage his own recovery. Following the same hierarchical movement principles he had used throughout his career, Steve surpassed his 2 to 3 year recovery goals in just 10 weeks. By which time his movement quality already exceeded the deficits he had been told would be permanent. The surgeon involved went on record, describing the results as amazing and contrary to conventional thinking. Together, the surgeon and Steve co-authored a presentation for the World Congress of Neurorehabilitation. A widely accepted belief in neurorehabilitation is that no significant improvement is possible once a brain injury survivor is 3 to 6 months post-surgery. Steve's recovery, and later the recoveries of others he worked with, challenged that belief. To strengthen the evidence, the results needed to be reproduced across a larger group. Participants were selected who had all been told that their recovery was complete and that no further improvement was possible. Members from the United States and Europe met weekly in online group rehabilitation sessions. Despite the challenges of remote delivery, and despite every participant having already completed conventional rehab, improvement was significant, consistent, and sustained. When the research phase ended, no one wanted to stop. The group continued training together, continued improving, and from that moment on, the Movement Project was born. The results continue to this day, with brain injury survivors broadening their lives and often walking unaided for the very first time. One woman, who after 13 years of rehabilitation was unable to kneel upright, was now climbing a cliff face in the Red River Gorge. The principles behind human movement are universal. They apply whether someone is building capacity for elite performance or rebuilding the basic activities of daily life after brain injury. Authentic mobility creates authentic stability. Move well, then move often. If you want to restore your movement, follow the Movement Project.